Hello, everybody. I'm going to sit up here a minute. We are in a Cracker Barrel parking lot right now, staying the night. You see, my hair's all messed up. Um, we we stayed here. We're staying here tonight as we're headed back down to Tennessee to take care of some stuff. And I had planned to go meet to my doctor's in about a week, but we were going straight down through we left the Outer Banks and we were going down to Gulf Shores for a week and take care of that. But they changed the appointment. We had changed the appointment, so we're headed to Tennessee for a week or two, and then we're going to get back to our business. Eventually, going down to Gulf Shores to our doctors, and then eventually in January we plan to go to Arizona for the big RV meet in Quartzsite, Arizona. So that's going to be fun. But I hope you are continuing to check out our channel. We are on the road to I think 1100. We're about 1050 right now, or a little 1055. So I'd appreciate everybody go over and check out the channel. I was going to report on a very sad case that, but it's turned out the case has taken a turn for the worse. So we'll talk about a few things tonight. This is the case here. The Benton County deputies asking for help in finding a missing pregnant woman. Ashley Bush, 33, was last seen in the passenger seat of an older model pickup truck, tan pickup truck, the afternoon of October the 31st at the intersection of Highway 72 and 43 in Maysville, Arkansas. A white woman in her 40s, shoulder length brown hair, was driving the truck. Now, this girl is pregnant. And let me tell you a little background, but first I'll tell you it has turned out to be sad. They found the girl and her baby deceased this afternoon. I think that's what the news said. I tried to copy the news conference, but I believe it ended up being too long. I'll see if it copied on my computer anyway. But let me just play the initial video I had on this and give you some background about it. But this is something we need to talk about because a lot of people can get fooled into stuff like this. So hang on just a minute.
We don't have much. All we've got is our family. That's all we've got. We just want her home.
Coming up on your 5 News at noon, new developments in the search for a pregnant woman missing and possibly abducted from Benton County.
Covering news where you live. 5 News starts with breaking news.
Well, this afternoon, we're following new details in the case of a pregnant woman reported missing out of Benton County. It's now been 2 days since pregnant mom Ashley Boone Bush was last seen near the Handy Mart in Maysville. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker just spoke with the Benton County Sheriff's Office, who are able to share some new details. She joins us now live. Catherine.
The Benton County Sheriff's Office says detectives have been searching nonstop for Ashley since she was reported missing. They've now extended their search in the south-southern area of Missouri. It's less than 10 miles from where she was last seen to the Missouri border. Ashley Bush Boone was last seen at 3 p.m. on Monday. She was with a woman by the name of Lucy driving north in a truck as a passenger. Investigators say eyewitnesses saw her as a passenger in an older model tan pickup truck as it was driving away from the Handy Mart in Maysville. This driver named Lucy is described as a white woman in her 40s with shoulder-length brown hair. Investigators asked for people living in the area to check their video doorbells to see if they caught anything that may be helpful to them. They say time is of the essence in cases like this.
We have had some development in this case, so we are very hopeful. But again, we still want any information that anybody does have. If they've seen her, seen the vehicle, with the sensitivity of this case, we don't want certain information, obviously, to be shared. So that's why we're just asking everybody to just please keep sending us anything that you do have.
The Benton County Sheriff's Office says if you have any information on where Ashley is, to reach out and ask for Detective Matthews. Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
All right, thanks so much, Catherine. Now, 5 News spoke with Ashley's fiance, who is pleading for answers. 5 News anchor Darren Bobb has this story.
All she keeps asking for is her mom.
Boone is the mother of 3, soon to be 4 children. She is now missing.
I kept telling her I didn't think she should go. Something wasn't right.
The Benton County Sheriff's Office says Boone met with a woman online who called herself Lucy.
With Ashley being pregnant, she's been having complications on this pregnancy, and the doctor took off for work.
Boone was hoping to land a new job working from home.
She started getting on her work from home mom groups to try to find help. Well, Lucy was on one of the mom groups and told her, I have a job for you.
Her fiance Josh Willis told us he too had met Lucy during the first interview at a public library last Friday.
She just handed Ashley a bunch of paperwork and told her that they were going to email her and wait for the boss to contact her for another interview.
On Monday morning, Willis tells us he dropped his girlfriend off to go with Lucy to Bentonville for a second interview. When Willis came to pick up his girlfriend at the Handy Mart in Maysville around 3 o'clock, he saw Lucy driving an older-style tan pickup. He says she didn't stop, instead speeding off.
All I saw was her and the lady she rode with both passed me, and neither one of them stopped. The woman that she was riding with, the driver, looked right at me and kept going.
Willis says he tried catching up. The fiancé and his family quickly started searching.
All night long, calling her, texting her, everything, trying to get her to answer.
And looking into the company Lucy allegedly worked for.
Come to find out also today, the company that Ashley was supposed to work for doesn't even know the lady she was with. They are based out of New Jersey.
According to Willis, they were able to ping her phone on Tuesday. It showed to be a half-mile away.
We located her phone. It had been thrown out of the vehicle she was in.
Now the family is looking for answers.
And to whoever's got her, just please let her go. We don't have much. All we've got is our family. That's all we've got. We just want her home.
As for what happened, Willis says he's holding out hope and says he's concerned for his girlfriend's well-being.
I think, it's my opinion, I think she offered Ashley money for the baby, and Ashley turned her down.
But Willis continues to hope for the best for his girlfriend and unborn baby.
If you see her, please contact your local PD immediately to get her home safely for her kids to actually be able to hold her again.
Now, some more information here for you. Ashley was last seen wearing a black hoodie, jeans, and black slip-on shoes. She has red hair and blue eyes. She's 5'7", weighs about 210 pounds, as we mentioned.
And unfortunately, she is deceased right now. They found her on the side, the way I understand it, they found her down in a wooded area or whatever. I tried to get the whole video to download, but like I said, we were at Cracker Barrel, and even I'm not in a position to put my Starlink out, so I didn't have the internet to download the whole thing. But what happened was they had this to be a 4th child, and they needed some extra cash, so she said to her husband or to their fiance, I don't know how that is. I guess I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyway, she said that I need to find something online to do from home. You know, she got all these youngins. So
Maggie, come here.
Maggie,
Oh gosh,
you seen
hold on.
what's out there, didn't you?
No.
Look.
Yeah, I saw it flew by.
But anyway, that had a job ad, apparently. I don't know if it's in the paper, on the internet, or whatever. Work from home. You see them all the time. Work from home. Well, or maybe somebody heard. Maybe they heard she was looking for a job, and this was set up. But here's the thing that's kind of weird. The boyfriend and her met this person at a library in their town a week ago. She gave her a bunch of paperwork to fill out, like a, resume and all that other stuff. Then you want to do this?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Resume and stuff, and then today or yesterday, well, it's been 31st. She was going to go with this woman to another town in Arkansas to try to for an interview, supposedly, so that she could work from home. And it all sounds pretty legit. I mean, he met with her, and I guess he felt legit that it was legit. So she gets in the car with her, and her boyfriend, their fiance, said, I don't feel good about this. You don't need to do this. But she did it anyway because she's needing the money, and this is what happened. And I kind of agree. Me and Dana were talking about it before they found her, is that this woman probably wanted the baby and was probably trying to coerce her into giving the baby up. And for whatever reason, who knows what happened, but she lost her life in the process.
Didn't they say they found the baby's body first and then hers?
I was unable to download that.
Okay, but that is what it said.
Okay.
So it was
But she was 33
Right.
weeks, so that she might have tried to take the baby from her.
and the baby died because it was only 33 weeks.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get it the long.
Let me see if I can pull it up and y'all can listen to this conference.
Yeah, that was.
That press conference. I was not able to copy it. Hang on here with me.
I'm coming on, guys. I've been talking to our daughter, so let me
Okay.
live chat.
Let's see how long this is. Yeah, the press conference, like, I don't know how many minutes long. Hold on a second. Okay, they arrested the suspect. Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can get this to
I don't have to go back and read.
hold on a second. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this. They're going through an advertisement now. Hang on just a minute.
News where you live. 5 News starts with breaking news.
Over my career, this is one of the most horrific cases that I have been personally involved with.
Breaking news tonight, 2 suspects arrested by the FBI in connection with the kidnapping of a pregnant woman.
33-year-old Ashley Bush was found dead in Missouri. She was 31 weeks pregnant when she was kidnapped on Monday.
Tonight, the sheriff confirms that Bush and her baby were both found dead in 2 separate locations in McDonald County. The baby found yesterday, Ashley's body found today. We do not know yet where they died.
We have team coverage from across the area helping to bring you the latest developments on this top story. We begin with 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker, who was at today's news conference at the Benton County Sheriff's Office. Catherine?
The Benton County Sheriff says Ashley and her baby were both found dead in different locations in Missouri. Ashley's body was found today and her baby's yesterday. Right now, a Missouri couple is behind bars in connection with the crime. Amber Waterman and her husband, Jamie Waterman, are in the McDonald County Jail just over the border in Missouri. The couple faced federal charges for kidnapping, but more charges are likely to come. Investigators believe Amber Waterman was posing as Lucy, the woman they say Ashley Bush was last seen with on Monday. They say Lucy was a fake character. Bush's fiance says she was last seen around 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, riding in the passenger seat of a truck driven by Lucy. She was supposed to be dropping Ashley off at the Handy stop in Maysville after a job interview in Bentonville. Instead, the truck kept driving north on Highway 43 and her fiance couldn't catch up with it. Today, we learned Ashley died from an apparent gunshot wound. Her baby was 31 weeks old.
found dead in a different location. Yesterday, the sheriff's office told us they had extended their search into southern Missouri, where the bodies were found. The sheriff's office says this is an ongoing case, so they can't release many more details right now. Benton County Prosecutor Nathan Smith says in Arkansas, if you kill a pregnant woman, you would be charged with 2 counts of murder. He says a motive will have to play out with the facts.
This is just a reminder that there is evil in the world. People do evil things. And that someone would prey upon a pregnant woman, at her most vulnerable state is unimaginable. But, unfortunately, that's the world we live in.
Here's her. I'm gonna get a picture for them.
Both Ashley and her baby's body will be sent to the crime lab for autopsy. I'm live in Bentonville, covering news where you live. Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
All right, Catherine, thanks. The suspects are in the McDonald County, Missouri jail tonight. That's the county directly north of Benton County.
5 News reporter Rachel Williams is live at the sheriff's office there now with what she's learned so far there. Rachel?
Jamie Waterman is still being booked into the jail. They're probably wrapping up their booking process right now, and his wife Amy is already in jail. They're both being charged with kidnapping in the 1st degree. The McDonald County Sheriff tells me additional charges are pending, but we don't know what exactly those charges are. He also says the Watermans should be transferred to a jail in Springfield within the next week because of the fact that these are federal charges, and the charges fall within that district. Human remains are consistent with the description matching Ashley Bush found in McDonald County near the Waterman's home, according to the sheriff. The fetus was also found dead, and the sheriff's office cleared the scene around 2 this afternoon. The sheriff also says that the bond hearing should be set before next Tuesday in Springfield. We'll also keep you up to date on this developing case. Live in McDonald County, covering news where you live, Rachel Williams, 5 News.
All right, Rachel, thanks. Now, new at 6, we are hearing from more of Ashley Bush's family as they process this devastating news from today.
5 News reporter Jose Carranza is in the newsroom after speaking with several of her family members. Jose?
Yes, I've spoken with Bush's fiance and
Well, that is horrible.
There's a lot of y'all are saying about the baby. I do know because I've got a friend that's 33 weeks pregnant right now, and this baby was only 31 weeks. That they're talking about if they have to induce labor on this friend of ours baby, that they'll have to give the baby shots or something for their lungs because they're not fully developed. So if they cut the baby out of her, which is I think what they probably did, that the baby then did not survive because it needed extra attention. It needed hospitalization, probably the incubator, probably the shots, probably help breathing. And
this is not the first time I've heard about this.
No,
I mean,
there was other cases.
Yeah, where these people want the babies, and what they'll do is they'll, instead of holding the mother until she gives birth, they actually
cut the baby out,
kill the woman and cut the baby out, just like basically a C-section. Take the child right then. And even most of the time, the child dies.
Now, in all the cases we've heard, I don't remember ever hearing that it was 2 people that did this. Usually it's just a woman who wanted a baby, and she goes home to her husband or her boyfriend and says, we've got a baby girl or whatever. And then they find out that that baby was stolen.
We don't know. This world's an evil world, and for sure. And I just posted a picture there while they were talking. This is the woman that was involved, and I guess her husband there. They don't have a picture.
So unusual.
They don't have a picture of him yet.
I've never heard of a husband doing this.
Yeah, but you don't know if they were going to sell the child either. You know,
I bet you $1 it comes back. She wanted a baby, and this was it.
Probably either they want the child, or they're going to sell the child to somebody that was wanting a child, or they,
Beachbone said sell the baby too, but I disagree. I think
the thing is, they could sell the baby for a couple $100,000 if the right person.
You don't murder somebody to sell a baby. If you're going to murder somebody, you don't want them to ever be
But Dana, there's some people kill you in this world for $500.
I know, but for a husband and wife team to do this, I
We
think.
don't know who they are.
Wonder if they had children. If they had children, then that's.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
I bet you
But
that.
you know, in kidnapping, a federal kidnapping, it can bring life without parole. Just
Brittany,
straight kidnapping.
they probably couldn't wait any longer because the pressure was out there for they knew the type of vehicle and stuff like that. So, and plus if the public library probably has cameras because they would get a picture of the girl.
I don't know why they didn't try to, let her get later on, let her later on, whoever, I don't know. But that's, I guess I'll find out later. But yeah, federal kidnapping carries life without parole. And even sometimes you can get the death penalty for kidnapping also.
TS, I agree. I agree. TS said, I bet the woman was lying that she was pregnant. I bet she was too. I bet you all that comes out.
We'll see. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that would do things for a lot of money if they knew they could sell the baby for a couple $100,000, or if they knew that, there's evil in this world. Who knows what they were going to do?
The Brittany, they kidnapped her on Monday, wasn't it?
They kidnapped her on the 31st.
Which was Monday. Yeah, they kidnapped her on Monday, and they found her dead today. So they didn't have her very long.
No, they said they shot her, and it was two different sites.
They probably.
I hope it didn't have anything to do with Halloween. That's the only thing. That's I've heard of all kinds of stuff happening on that day, evil stuff. We want to remind everybody too that we are still looking for Michael Monkey Vaughn. He is still missing out of Fruitland, Idaho. Still missing person out of Fruitland, Idaho. Also, I don't know if you, the guy they arrested right here, Richard Allen, out of or Allen Richard. I forgot his name now. Richard Allen, I guess it is. And in Delphi, the neighbors. If you heard any of the neighbors talk about him. Oh, he was such a nice guy. He'd help you out at anytime you needed help at anything. And one neighbor said, if something were to happen to me, I'd want him to take care of my kids until my, relatives could get down. Crazy stuff. And the fact that they're saying that they're not sure yet, if he's involved in any other crimes or if anybody else is involved with him. But I did hear some pretty encouraging news last night. They are going to hold a hearing on whether or not they can keep the affidavit sealed. That according to their state law, it says that the affidavit has to be public. So they're going to actually, because some news agencies are really pressing it, they filed a Freedom of Information Act request, and they're citing state law. So they are going to get to let a court make a decision. A higher court anyway.
Beach Bum, I got your text. Gracie has a collapsing trachea. There's nothing that they can do about it except they've given us some medicine that helps calm it down when it really gets going. It is what it is. So we don't want to put her to sleep right now because she's still doing good except for the coughing. Sometimes it keeps us up all night, like last night.
Yeah, we have to give her. Basically, we give her liquid hydrocodone, and people don't realize that if somebody has a real super bad cough, sometimes that would do that. They'll give them hydrocodone because it helps relieve some of that cough. So we give her a liquid hydrocodone, and it does help cough, and it does help with any pain she's having. But as long as she's not in pain all the time, and as long as she gets where it doesn't close up where she can't breathe at all, we're not going to take any aggressive action on her.
Brittany says she wants some hydro. Gracie is 12 years old.
Yeah, she's 12. But anyway, we were going to discuss this case a little bit. One thing is, if from the law enforcement point of view, is I would never ever go with somebody that I met just a couple of times from a work at home or something. Now, it's different if you go into, there's an office, you go into a place where there's 100 people in there and or 25, and then you feel comfortable enough to go with somebody to an interview at a chain store of some sort. That's different, but I still would be cautious going riding anywhere with somebody I didn't know, because you just don't know nowadays. Used to, it's no big deal. What?
Mary said, I'm going to start looking at you sideways, Thomas, because you look like a nice guy too, ha ha.
Yeah, well, my hair don't look like, I might have to do something with my hair. But you
Oh,
you just can't be too careful nowadays. What would have been a better idea would be if the fiance, would have got a babysitter for the kids, maybe a family member, and he would have took her up there himself. But I guarantee you, they probably would have made an excuse for it. What's that? That sound like rain.
no, it's another something.
Went right by us.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sticking out the road too much, are we?
No.
Our cat Moses is sitting in the window of the RV. We got the window open and we got screen there, and look.
Yep.
He's spying something out there. We're not letting him out in the parking lot tonight because way too many cars. But I guess that's one thing Dina says about me, is I'm not trusting enough with some people. But I it's hard to trust after that many years in law enforcement. Um, you just
Beach bum's faster than me, Brittany.
what?
Brittany asked me for our email, and as I was typing it, Beach Bum put it up there.
But it's just I tend to judge people different until I get to know you, at least, anyway. I had something else. Well, I didn't.
Brittany said, "Watch out, he's the police
something.
or the police."
Police.
You the police?
No, I'm the retired police. Policia, as I used to have to talk in the neighborhoods I work. We're the policia. But it's just and this is a heartbreaking case. I wonder about this guy now. He's got 3 kids to take care of.
Yeah, there was
no wife.
There's 2 conversations going on in there. And between our guys.
Yeah.
And one of them, you started talking about the Delphi murders.
Yeah.
And I looked up and somebody had said, y'all don't hate on me. Brittany said, don't hate on me. I think the families involved. I thought she was talking about the one
Delphi murder.
I think that's what she was talking about, the Delphi murders. But I thought she was talking about the mother with the baby that got killed. But I think it was just the Delphi murders.
Who thinks the Delphi murder is a family?
Brittany thinks that, or at least that's what I took it as, that she thinks that someone in the family may be part of that too. I mean, that like the wife may have known all along and was scared to tell or something like that.
Well, yeah, very well could be. But a lot of times, okay, you're referring to Delphi. A lot of times, I don't, it's just like BTK. The family had no idea the whole time, that other than the fact that he was a big time, type A personality person, he was in charge even at home with his family. And I think first court appearance is February, if I'm not. Um, I just don't think. I don't think that his wife probably suspected anything. He probably had her fooled. Um, but like I said, BTK, they had no idea. Look at Ted Bundy. His girlfriend eventually, I think, did call the police and say, "Hey, y'all are looking for this BMW, yellow BMW, and uh, actually, my boyfriend drives a yellow BMW, and sometimes he removes the front seat. Just a bunch of stuff was happening. But the 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 girlfriend, original girlfriend, she had no inkling that he could be doing something like that. He was a monster. BTK the same way. They didn't have any idea that he was killing all these people, and so it sometimes the person the is so they're living basically a double life. They do these things with their friends or whatever. They do something, and then yet they live this totally different life. It's like the person that you've read the things where and it's been all over TV in different series where the guy actually was married to two women at the same time. Maybe he was in the soldier or and then he said, I've got to go on assignment, and yet he doesn't go on assignment. He goes back with his other family, where you could have two complete families, and these people don't find out about it until maybe he dies or something. So um, it'd be very easy to um, get away with something like that if they don't. One, it sounds like Richard is a sociopath where he has no guilt. He has no guilt. He's a a typical sociopath. He doesn't feel guilty about anything. He has no remorse. He lives his life. Uh, where if he kills somebody, he doesn't. It's just like him killing a small animal. No. See the girls. Nobody seen the girls on the trails. Nobody heard anything, despite being in close proximity.
LG's room is freshly painted.
BG's, in my opinion, are red herring planted by someone.
Beach Bum said, I think there may be a ring involved. I think at least more than one in this case. Oh, he's blended well in the community.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. The sociopath is absolutely no remorse. He doesn't think anything's bad that he does, and if he does it because he feels like he's deserves it some way. Um, I think the other guys involved. I think they have either an informant that was there with him, another person that was involved in it or knows about it, and that's how they got him by flipping this other person. We won't give you the death penalty, or we won't give you, um, something else. Um, I just don't believe that. I know that we had a law enforcement officer on the other night in the chat, and he said that he believes that they've offered this other person a sweet deal, maybe even get off completely. And I don't think that'll ever happen. I think what will happen is whoever, if there's somebody that was actually there with him that has turned prosecution evidence, I think he will still do time, but he won't do life. He might do 10 years, or they may have caught him with something else, and he actually, is can really help himself out. But there's no way they're going to give somebody else complete freedom.
She said, Brittany said, I can't ignore all the weird inconsistencies, strange behaviors. Beach Bum said, there may be a ring involved. I think maybe more than one in the case. He blended in with the community. Brittany, I hope.
I'm going to tell you something.
not.
I don't think it's like a ring involved. I think this was he might have been watching them for a while. He might have been planning this for a while, but I don't think he knew that these girls are going to be on that trail at that time. I think it might have been a spur of the moment thing. He might have been waiting on somebody else to do,
What about,
who knows?
what about where, wasn't it Alan that was talking to one of the girls?
No, that was Klein. And that's
Klein.
why, and you know what? He might have been working with Klein, the one that had been talking to one of the girls on there. And then, he may have found out through their conversation that they were going to be walking on the trail. And those two might be involved. And that's how they ended up getting Richard, is because they caught him in something and he's looking the child porn thing. And he was maybe looking at 30 or 40 years. And the guy just says, look, he talks to his lawyer, and his lawyer said, what if I could give you the Delphi murders? What if I could do that? What would you do for me? Could you grant me immunity on that? And of course, they're not going to grant immunity, but they may be willing to give him a lesser charge on the child porn and maybe just have him do 10 years, maybe in federal prison or somewhere that was not as bad as state prison. Who knows what they gave him? I'm sure they gave him a lot for him to, to do that, because if he admits he was there, then or participated, that might be something.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I don't believe there's a ring, because listen, it is too hard to keep a secret for one or two people to keep a secret. And in this case, I believe one of them got in trouble and he flipped on the other one. That's just my opinion, and I don't have any evidence at all to back that up. I'm just looking from the outside in. That's what it appears to have happened. But I don't think that
did you mean to say rated?
So rated. I know that they did question once they found out that Klein had conversations with him that day, and then in that investigation of that's when they found the child porn he had. Now, child porn in my state and where I policed in Alabama will get you 20 to 30 years in prison. So that's when I'm basing that on about 20 or 30 year sentence. They did that, but what I'm saying is he's been in jail for a while. I know they charged him with possession of child porn and a few other things. So, he may have been looking at 30 years in prison or life without parole even. And then that's when he played his card by saying, his lawyer told his lawyer, hey, look, can you help me, approach them with this? I can give them the main guy that did the Delphi murders. However, I don't want life without parole on this other stuff. I may be able to take 20 years because they know they can get out in the third time usually. And then they turn right around and maybe make somebody a deal with it.
Read what cheating.
I'm hearing that Klein was in a red Jeep close to the murders that day. Well, I'm just saying he could have been together. They could have, he could have, who knows? He might have called him and said, hey, come pick me up on the trail. Anything could have happened. If he was there when the murders occurred, I just don't believe they would give him a deal to let him off completely. If he wasn't there but knew about it, yeah, he may share that with the police to get a very good deal on his other charges. And um,
Read what Brittany said.
I'm trying to.
Beach Bum said, I think
They
one
may
was at
do
the
it. They may know somebody on it. It's hard to keep.
in a
Listen,
small town.
in a small town or a small police department, even with a bunch of feds working with you, it's hard to keep secrets. Just like when they kept their mouth shut when they were investigating Barry Morphew. They kept their mouth shut. Nobody. I mean, it was locked up tight. You couldn't get information on that case for anything, and so it's very hard to keep information quiet in a police department about anything, because somebody will tell their wife or somebody will tell their uncle or brother, and pretty soon the information is out there, whether you want it to or not. But it's going to be interesting, but I would bet money there's somebody talking. Um,
Brittany says, I'm not yelling at y'all. Why didn't anyone see them there at the bridge? Just telling the question.
well,
We asked for questions to be
yeah,
in caps, so
listen,
don't worry.
here's the thing. That trail they were on is kind of out there in the sticks. I mean, it's not like it's heavily used. If you remember too, the bridge guy was walking with a jacket on. It was cool that day. It was cool. So you may not have, people out there on the trail. There may not have been anybody else out there on the trail that day. You're not talking about a trail inside Milwaukee or inside Nashville or Atlanta where you got hundreds of thousands of people that could use the trail. This is a trail inside a city of about 3,000 people. So 10% of them went to the trail that day. You're talking about 300 people. So I doubt even 1%, 30 people out there. So somebody may have saw them briefly. You're right. They may have just in passing, but it doesn't appear they did. And so when the guy says down the hill, he took them away from the trail, took them down, and the area that I've seen where the crime scene, they show a picture, is the tracks are up here. The trail is away from it, maybe 100 yards away from where they first saw them. So, you can get yourself 30, 40, 50 yards in the woods and people can't see you and see what you're doing. But you think about this, we talked about it. A friend of ours, my cousin, she has an older friend that she knew. She's in her 80s or something, and they were hiking the Appalachian Trail with another friend. And she wandered off the trail just as many, like 50 yards off trail, fell, broke her hip, and she wasn't found by a search party and ended up dying off the trail. So, 50 yards is enough for you probably to get lost there.
Okay, listen, you've talked a whole lot and I missed some stuff.
Okay.
Beach Bum said, I think one was on the bridge and the other at the bottom of the hill. And somebody else said, I think I heard that too, but I could be wrong. Let me check. Some people have seen them, but if not briefly, we don't know. I thought there was something about.
Well,
video.
Mary, I heard that they did have 43 seconds of audio tape, and it could be video. Depending on how she was holding her phone, it could be video, and she may have heard one more person, may have caught a picture of one more person, may have caught something they couldn't identify. I don't know.
That's what comes up, Beach Bum, when I click on your link. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here, it says.
That's what it says. Nothing to see here.
Thomas meant to send you. Okay. Taken pre-murder. Okay.
But the other, in my scenario, maybe it was a cutoff.
Well, there were 43 seconds. I'm wondering if, maybe when the trial starts, we'll know what the 43 seconds was. It could have been her screaming, the actual murder.
Okay,
it
Beach
could
Bum.
be anything,
Why did he let the Patties pick up a purchase without paying for it, though?
Well, I'm gonna tell you that didn't surprise me or shock me or anything. You live in a small town. Somebody comes in and says, "Hey, my daughter is the one. My daughters were the one that were killed down there. We're trying to find the person that did it. I want to run these copies." Sometimes a small town will say,
I would have
"Go
let
ahead
him,
and go ahead and take it. It's on me."
I would have done that.
Or anything that wouldn't. I've seen that. Well, we were in fact at your cousin's wedding, or we were up there for that wedding, your stepbrother's people, and we went out to pick up some stuff at an Amazon drop box, and you went in the store, and some kids didn't have enough money to pay for something, and the girl at the thing
Well, we
says,
offered to pay
"I've
for
got
it,
it."
and the lady behind the counter said, "Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I
it."
got it. So you just don't know what, if somebody came into your store where you're working and you were running some missing person posters, or somebody looking for something that did something, it's easy to say with somebody, "So I'll go ahead. Don't worry about it. Go
Cheat
ahead."
no more. Says I would have filed that away as possibly suspicious. Not
Nah,
I wouldn't. Not where we
no.
where we come from.
No, a small town, you
A lot of people, a lot of people,
stuff.
their heart goes out. Of course, in his case, it wasn't this probably, but their heart goes out.
It's like, hey, we're just trying to help you.
Yeah, we're just trying
to help you find the person that did this. It wouldn't. It doesn't sound anything.
It's okay.
See,
it's okay. This is 34 seconds of what
somebody said, but it was the insurance things, wasn't it? What are you saying? Insurance things, wasn't it?
StreamYard allows you to
listen to this.
Um,
This is what she sent us.
more High Bridge.
Jacob Adams. It doesn't have any sound. Yeah, it doesn't have any sound. I guess that's the bridge.
Yeah.
You want to click on it and get it so that you can share it with
well, they've seen the bridge. Everybody's seen the bridge about 1,500 times, probably. Where is that at?
Beach Bum sent us a link. Sent it as a link. It may be up there just a little bit.
Okay, I can't, for whatever reason, I can't copy the link, I don't think. I can't.
It won't let him.
I can do this, but
it's okay. He can't put it on there.
I can't put it on there right now for whatever reason. It won't let me highlight it. But when she looks at it, it's just that shows the bridge basically, not the. It's a drone footage of the bridge. Okay. Yeah. What's the? You could send me the link right here. Airdrop it to me.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on 1 second. Let her airdrop it to me.
I might airdrop it to him if I can. Let's see. Share. Nope, I can't airdrop it, baby.
Okay.
Airdrop's not on here.
One thing we got to be careful about is looking at his family. He's got a daughter about the same built and everything as one of the girls that he killed, but we don't want to say, well, the mother knew all along.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Hold on. Okay.
The mother knew all along, blah, 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 because we don't know that. I've seen a lot of times where the parents would say, we would arrest their son or daughter for drugs, and the parents would come in and want to talk to them and say, there's no possible way that my child could ever be involved in this. I know my child doesn't do drugs. There's no possible way. And then I take them in the room where we've seized this. And I'm not talking about bags of marijuana. I'm talking about ounces of cocaine and or methamphetamine or something like that, and saying this, we had this pipe on you. We found a pipe on them, or they had this marijuana secreted on their bodies. So, and then they just can't believe it. They're shocked. So you imagine if this person, the wife, is just now finding out that their husband killed these two girls like that, and then them have their own daughter there, and knowing he took pictures of her on that same bridge.
Okay, listen. Cheat No More said, from Los Angeles, I'm not being heard correctly at all. There are
Okay.
killers who insert themselves into situations with the family. Yes, you are right.
You're
What
right.
we're saying is that in this situation, we don't feel like that
There's no
necessarily.
evidence that his
But now-
family knew anything about it. He was like living a double life.
But now he did go out supposedly and search for her, didn't he? That was inserting himself. He was seen at some of the search parties.
I don't know if that's true or not. I
I
don't
heard
want to say
that.
it is. Oh, you were talking about his house not showing up on Street View? They may have blocked it. They may have blocked it. I don't have his address, so I'd look.
I'm
That's-
Maggie. No.
We got people outside in the parking lot. I can hear them running.
Yeah.
Maybe from that other RV. There's a couple more RVs out there.
Okay, who is Gary Hughes? You guys don't care for Gary Hughes.
Oh,
question.
Gary Hughes. Yeah, I've watched him. I don't care. I don't know. He's got a big following. I don't know what his background is or not. There's a lot of people doing this stuff now, and they don't have any law enforcement experience. And if they can say, basically, you can say anything you want to on here, but you got to be careful, because if you start blaming that Richard Dallin's wife and all that stuff, that you could cause them to get hurt or be threatened when they may not know anything about it. And that's, here's the thing. If
Okay, Cheat No More. That's
Okay.
we understand. That's what you were talking about. The photos only.
right,
Yeah, we understand that, and we weren't saying that you were crazy for thinking
No,
that was
no.
something suspicious. Because from Los Angeles, I could see where that would be suspicious. Because
right.
the small, I don't imagine there's too many places you could walk in and get pictures of your children free for nothing.
Yeah, and in a 3,000 person with 3,000 people
in the town.
in a town,
Yeah.
I've seen crazy stuff. I mean, people, they give you the shirt off their back type of stuff if they thought it would help you. And it depends. And then other places I've seen where, you break down and nobody even stops to help you. So it's a different thing, I know who you're talking about. Gray Hughes is his name. He has a channel. But anyway, I think the Delphi is one case that I always thought it would be solved, but I thought it would be solved through DNA or something like that. I never thought it'd be solved by an informant. But that's how most of the people that I used to arrest, and when I worked robbery and homicide and drugs, were through informants. The wife and daughter moved to Georgia 1 week before he was arrested.
That's new.
That is that's something I haven't heard. And here's what may have happened too, and I'm not making excuses for him, but let's just say this happened. You know, maybe he had some inkling that
That's a big old long
Klein was
bus.
going to give him up, and he may have told his wife, "Hey, what?
What's if it comes this
Yeah,
way?
I saw it's big.
Do you see? Is it a police? I mean, is it a convict bus? Okay.
No, I don't know what it is. Um, you know, he may have told his wife, "Listen, there's something. I don't, who knows what he did." But here's another thing, though. I'm wondering if he thought he was going to be arrested. Don't you think he would have left too? You know, I just don't. I don't know. You know.
What about the Patties and their connection to the Flora fire?
Hmm?
I don't know. That's what Brittany said.
I don't know about that.
Gail, nobody's saying you've been watching a crazy guy.
No. Gary Hughes he's a different type of
Investigator or whatever.
I'm not saying his channel's bad or good. I'm just simply saying that I don't know anything about him. I've watched a little bit of it, and he's got a huge following. I think he's over 100,000 subscribers now. So, you know, obviously he's doing something right.
That we're not.
That we're not, because we can't get out of 5,000 stuff in 3 years. So,
Have we been at this 3 years?
yeah, I think so. Let me see how many Hughes has got. Gary Hughes has got.
Brittany's got too much time on her hand. Hey, I got an RV that needs really cleaning. How about that?
Yeah, he's got 86,000 subscribers, 2,167 videos. So yeah, he's got a lot of subs.
Right.
He's doing something right,
and that's a good thing for him.
He does kind of have a rough demeanor. He really does, but it works for him. Something works for him.
Maui said the grandma said the pharmacy does things like that. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, I've done stuff like that. I mean, in our, you know, stores that we've owned and stuff, we've given stuff away. It's not no big deal.
I gave away ice cream at the ice cream shop. I gave away stuff at the
You
gas
gave away
station.
stuff now. The other day you gave that girl come up to the thing, said, do you have any money? I need a drink. And you gave her $2, $3.
No, I gave her $2 and she said that wasn't enough. So I gave her some more.
Give her some more. But I did hear something kind of interesting. There was and I've seen people like these too. You know, you seen them on the sidewalk, the sign, hungry, need food, and all this kind of stuff. Well, there was an Indian couple that had a baby on the side of the road, and they had a sign, need gas.
Going to
Texas, need gas and gas money. And somebody said they took them to a gas station, filled their car up with gas, 20 gallons of gas, and then they took them and bought $20 worth of food for them. And they said, have a good life. Well, the next day, they see them out there on the same corner with a sign, need money for gas, we're going to Texas. Emergency in Texas. So they stopped and said, shame on you. Fool me, shame on you. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that do that kind of stuff because they just want to,
okay.
You know.
Gail's killing us. She says, I'm keeping this here on this YouTube channel, but don't I deserve an answer? But I do deserve an answer, don't I?
What's your question, Gail?
What's your question, Gail?
Well,
I think she was asking if that person that she watches was not a good. I don't know.
Listen, I'm not saying that Gary Hughes is good or bad. If you enjoy his channel, watch it. That's not what we're saying. It's up to, you know, stop. I don't make that judgment call, okay?
Brittany, stop. You gonna mess with Gail too much.
I don't personally watch him. It's just it. I do watch some of the people out there that or
The Need.
I've watched Plunder for a long time. I've watched
Yeah, how did we go
a
from the
couple of
murder to
others, but
Hughes?
that's it.
She says, I can't. I'm looking out for people. Brittany. Oh, Lord, I know another Brittany like you.
You know, Brittany, you got either a fox or a dog that looks like a fox. It's your picture. We were at a dog park up here in North Carolina, and they were taking Maggie out to run with the dogs, and there was a dog in there that looked just like a coyote. I mean, exactly. But the girl said had him DNA testing, and he wasn't. Brittany, I appreciate that. You've always wanted a fox. I've heard if you can get one and tame them, they're pretty good pets. But I would hate to. They carry rabies and everything. He reports a lot about the Delphi case. But yeah, the Richard Allen thing, I think that was.
What?
I don't think anybody saw that coming. You know,
YouTube blocked your comment. She can't see it. We love you both. I don't know what y'all are doing now. I'm
YouTube
confused.
blocked your comment.
Yeah, I'm confused.
What comment did YouTube block? I've never seen YouTube block one on a live stream. They could.
I didn't know they could.
Yeah, they can do anything. It's their network.
Well, if it helps, he doesn't get my money for joining his. He's weird, but I get that. But I'm away from putting any X comments. What? Me neither. Oh well. It's all good. Move on. They do. Okay, Beach Bum. Yeah. We're glad we got you, Beach Bum, because we don't know what's going on.
Well, listen, we've enjoyed this little chat tonight. We're going to go. I drove all day, and the dogs, believe it or not, kept me up all night last night. They got me up every 2 hours to go outside. This is the truth. Dina will tell you that. But
Can I tell them another truth?
What?
That you wouldn't let me drive today.
That is not true. I told you you could drive.
Oh, I don't want to sleep next to you tonight. You may get struck by lightning.
I told you, but I said the trucks were like right up on me, and I said I don't think you would handle it very well.
Is there any news on Quentin?
I've not heard anything on Quentin.
Cheat No More says, Thomas and Medina, I had a beloved dog that was a purebred, something Japanese bred. Her name was Kitsune. So beautiful. The breed looks like a mix of a fox and a coyote.
Oh wow! I bet it does. I bet it's a pretty dog. I have not heard anything on Quentin. If they other than the fact I know they are searching landfills. Hold on, let me check real quick. I'm wore out tonight.
Well, I just hope you make it through the night after telling that story. I hope she does too, Mary. I'm going to give her medicine. I've got it out, so hopefully she will sleep.
Let's see. It's they put that stuff. Let's see. No.
That's the way I feel about Maggie, Cheat No More. Maggie's just a sweetheart that just loves me. And
No, they have not found Quentin. 4th week, they said it has not found Quentin yet. What?
Thomas.
Gonna need another shovel.
Hey, sing to me.
Yeah. No, I have actually. It's the dogs wore me out getting up. And then I drove all day today. I drove, how many hours I drive today? 6?
Well, he wouldn't let me go to Mayberry, so we left.
No, wait, I knew this was coming. I knew it. Dana wanted to go to Mayberry and do the ride in the Barney car and all that. And I knew I was going to have to drive a long time today. So I said, let's do it next time when we can stay up here. And then you can ride in the Barney car. You can do all that stuff.
He did say that. And he also said his back was hurting too
It
much
was
to do much
hurting this
walking.
morning.
And I know that. So
And then
I'm
I had to
okay.
drive all day. And then the dogs kept me up all last night. So
Tonight, his conscience is going to keep him up all night for telling a story about not letting me drive.
I tell you what, you can drive in the morning and I'll let you get yourself out of here and everything. Then you'll be begging me to drive.
Oh.
No, wait till we get out here on the highway. But I did.
Yes, Beach Bum. Mayberry is a real place. Well, it's up in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Mount Airy is where Andy Griffith was born. And they have a bunch of they have the jail
Exactly,
replica, the jail, the whole bunch of stuff. They ride you around in Barney car and I'll take you on a tour. They'll take you by Wally's service station, a replica of the jail and the cell.
I could put him in jail.
They could and Floyd's barbershop and
the soda
shop and
you can get soda at
a bunch of other stuff. So anyway, y'all are buffing. We're not buffing. I don't know why. I don't see no buffing.
We're not buffing. We're straight through.
We're straight through.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Sing to me is buffing.
I'm sorry, Sing to me that you're buffing. We're gonna go because
With
I'm
Otis.
tired. My eyes are now about shut.
She's okay now.
All right. So
y'all, thank you for joining us tonight.
We hope to see you again next time, and maybe we'll have some positive news about some. Oh, I did want to tell you one thing. The teacher that we covered that out from Texas, missing, and she found her car in New Orleans with all her billfold and everything locked inside. She was found safe in New Orleans and returned to her family. So maybe she will get some help.
That's a good.
That's a good thing. Anyway, not reporting on somebody dying. All right.
An hour late and $1 short.
An hour late and $1 short.
Brittany said, wait a minute, where did Brittany go? Brittany said something about going somewhere. Where did Brittany go? Where did Brittany go?
Well, actually, we are going tomorrow to Tennessee.
Oh, Brittany's gone. That's what it says. Brittany.
All right.
We're in Tennessee, silly.
We're going to your daddy's farm.
Yeah.
But anyway, your daddy's farm.
Say what?
Go check our channel out if you hadn't subscribed. We sure would appreciate it if you go over and subscribe.
Steve Hill said CBD helps and cold air will exasperate it. My Chihuahua has it too. Steve, did you rub it on their throat, or was the CBD oil, was it something you gave them? Tell me that so I know what you're doing.
Probably gave it to
them. Sing to me said, who was found in New Orleans?
The teacher that we covered, I can't think of her name now. She was found, the one from Texas teacher that had been missing, found her car over there locked up. Everybody, Echo searched the river and everything. They really thought she committed suicide, but she apparently was fine walking around. They had a picture of her walking around Bourbon Street barefooted.
Okay.
So obviously she has some issues.
Steve, if you're still on here, tell me what I do with the CBD oil when it comes to Gracie.
I think he give it to her down her throat.
Well, that's what I want to know. Cheek No More says she uses it for PTSD, nightmares, and all that.
Yeah, I have an issue though with it. I'm gonna have to talk to my doctor about it.
Hey, Karen, sorry we missed you. We put out today that we were coming on.
I'm just about to fall asleep, guys. So I'm going to go for now. We hope to see you next time. And check us out over there at the 1 Million Mile Road Trip. We put out 2 videos a week, one on Wednesday and one on Sunday at 6 o'clock, and a bunch of shorts during the week. You'll see us a bunch of shorts on YouTube.
Okay. Steve, were you talking? I thought you were talking about giving it to the dog. Are you talking about for us or for the dog?
No, they told me you can give it to the dog. The vet did.
Okay, but that's what I was trying to find. Do we give it to her in the mouth? I mean, like a
Yes.
squirt of oil into her
Yes.
mouth? Or do we rub her neck with it?
No, you give it to her in the mouth.
Okay, well, hopefully she don't die because I do it wrong.
No, you can look it up on Google. Google knows everything.
Google knows everything? Googled it. Never mind.
All right. We'll see y'all later. Check us out on our other channel,
Yes.
the 1 Million Mile Road Trip.
Today is Thursday because we normally come on Thursdays now, guys. We went on Monday because we had something special to report on.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good
we love
night.
every one of you.